Hi everybody, I think we're ready to roll here. I'm not sure if we got the chat set up. Well, that's fine. So we're going to do a quick live. I haven't been live with you guys in quite a while, and I keep trying to find a good topic that I want to talk about. I don't have a lot of time today, so it's going to be brief. Please definitely hop in the chat and leave your questions and comments, and I will try to come back to them later and discuss them in the chat. And if this is an interesting topic to folks, maybe we'll do a recorded video and cover some more legal issues. What I'm showing you is the Tesla's Actually Smart Summon. I like where they're going with the acronym there. That's rolling out right now. Let's watch this video of how this thing actually works. Let me pull it up. I think we got a video right here on X. Looks like you can see it. There's really not audio. It's just a video demonstration. But you're watching. I lied. There's audio. You can hear the Tesla humming. But literally there's no driver in the car, and we're watching the Tesla driving through a parking lot. I thought they said it's Costco. Yeah, it is Costco. I thought that looked like Target in the back. But you can see there's a pedestrian. You can see a pedestrian right here. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but there's a pedestrian right above the little screen on the Tesla. And the Tesla is just trucking along, and it's pretty amazing feat of engineering what we're seeing. It's pretty darn amazing. However, what I want to talk about is the legal implications of this. The legal implications are insane because you are the person who's ordered up this car. Therefore, you're the operator of the car. So since you're the operator of the car, you're on the hook for whatever that car's doing. I was reading on this Reddit thread. The Reddit thread had a really interesting comment. I don't really know how actually smart summons work. I don't have a Tesla. But this person says right here, you're required to monitor the car. I don't know if you can see it on your screen. Yep, great. It says you're required to monitor the car and hold a dead man button on the app. It's like constantly saying, you're okay, keep going. If you let go of the button, the car stops. If the car hits something while you were showing off your remote control party trick, you're 100% liable. Agreed. So even if you weren't required to hold down a button, like this user saying that you are, I've never seen the app, I don't have a Tesla for a good reason, you're still 100% liable. I'm a DUI attorney, and I first saw this video demonstration, I guess last week, and I wanted to do this video. I haven't had time yet. What I initially thought, and I still think, is I'm going to get calls for people getting DUIs while summoning their Tesla while they step out of the bar. I can picture it now. You step out of the bar, you summon your Tesla to show off to your girlfriend or your buddies, and your Tesla's driving across the parking lot. An officer comes up and starts investigating you for DUI. But I wasn't even driving my car. But you're operating the vehicle. You're the controller of the vehicle at that time. Here's the crazier scenario that a friend of mine pointed out. I assume that a Tesla can be linked to more than one phone. So let's say you and your spouse or you and your girlfriend both have your Tesla linked to your phone. What if you're actually the sober one, you're going to drive? What if you step out of the bar and she pulls up her phone and she summons the Tesla, but you're going to be the one driving? Well, she can now be charged with a DUI even though she wasn't going to get behind the wheel. Because the law in Virginia, at least, says you can be charged with DUI for operating a vehicle while under the influence. We've long had many cases that go in that talk a lot. Sorry, we got some chat people showing up. Awesome. So we've long had many cases in Virginia that talk about operation, and we've argued for a long time about. Is the key in the ignition? Is the ignition on? Are you behind the wheel of the car? There's all these cases, and I'm sure every state has the same issue of what is considered operation for the purposes of DUI. But if you're pulling out a phone and you're hitting a button to call your car across the parking lot, and especially if you're holding down a dead man switch, even if you don't, if you just tap the button and the car comes over, that is operating the car. You're engaging the power of the vehicle. That's what the Virginia law cases basically talk about, is engaging the power of the vehicle, essentially. You're in actual physical control of the vehicle. Crazier thing even, what about this? What if, I don't know, I assume this is how it could work, that you could be in another location. Let's say your Tesla's paired to a couple different phones. I don't know, maybe there's a safety mechanism to prevent this. What if a nefarious person, maybe you're having a spat with your girlfriend, and maybe she knows you're at the bar drinking, and she hits the button to call your car over, and there's an officer standing right there and sees your Tesla come up and rolling up to you, and he thinks that you called it over. Maybe I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist sometimes, but suppose that could happen, right? Somebody could call the car without you maybe knowing or without you intending to call it. It's pretty crazy. Fred Gonzalez says, hello from Texas. Well, hello. I am from Texas myself. So we have some chat stuff coming up, and this is great. My software must have updated because used to I had to do all sorts of settings to get the chat to pull up, and I didn't actually do it this time because I was in a hurry. So I'm glad we can chat a little bit. I don't know that I can chat. I haven't signed in here. So I'm engaging the power of an Uber when I summon them. Does that mean I'm operating the Uber? That's a good question. In a way, I agree that you're sort of engaging the power of the Uber because you called it up on the app, but you're not the one in control of the car at the time. The car didn't come precisely because you hit the button. The car came because the driver of the Uber put the car into motion. Where it could be crazy is the self-driving cars like the Waymos or however you say it in San Francisco. Those, arguably, they're coming because you hit the button, sort of similar to the Tesla actually smart summon. And so that could be considered operating the vehicle too, even if you're calling a safe ride, after you got out of the bar. You have no control really of the vehicle physically, but you hit the button and you brought it over. This is a good area where DUI law has got a long way to go to catch up to our technology, essentially. That's one of the points here, is that our technology is kind of outpacing our laws, which is a normal thing that happens, and we're going to have to catch up DUI law to deal with all this. The other thing I wanted to talk about with the Teslas is I was sent a story by a viewer about Teslas actually being seized for the police to download the video surveillance. So let's say your Tesla is here at the Costco, parked in the parking lot, and some horrific crime happens right next to it. Let's say somebody gets stabbed or shot, and the Tesla, as we all know, is potentially recording everything that's happening around it. So your Tesla itself is a witness to a serious crime. Well, the story that the subscriber sent over to me was that in some area, and I can't remember where it was, and I don't have the link handy. Again, I was in a hurry to put this together. The story was that the police have begun obtaining search warrants for the Tesla. They can't locate the owner, so they basically tow the Tesla to the police impound while they are able to basically break into the Tesla and download the video. You heard that right. The police taking your property to then seize the video as evidence in a potential crime. And you're not the criminal, right? You're just a bystander who happened to have their car in the Costco parking lot and they couldn't locate you, and you come out and your car's gone now. That's one of the other things that's happening with the Teslas. I could see it actually happening with dash cameras in general. It's something I never even thought of until just now. A lot of dash cameras have parking mode where you can monitor what's going on, and that's the whole idea of Teslas. I think they call it Sentry mode maybe. Basically, it's monitoring in case somebody damages your car. Well, a lot of dash cameras have that feature as well. And if police were savvy enough to see that there's a dash camera in a vehicle, they might think, well, that camera might have evidence that could be used to help solve my serious crime that I'm investigating. That potentially is the subject of a search warrant. They can't just tow your car in this situation without a search warrant because you did nothing wrong. That's the Fourth Amendment right there. It protects you from unreasonable searches and seizures. But if they were able to get a search warrant and then were able to then tow your car to a tow yard to be able to do their investigation and basically download the video, your car might be gone when you come out of the store. So that's another issue with the Teslas that is very fascinating, and again, maybe the law needs to catch up with technology. In a nutshell, I would not use the Smart Summons feature, at least as it currently stands. I think it's very dangerous because if that Tesla hits somebody, you're 100% responsible, whether or not you're drunk or not. Let's say it hits a pedestrian that you couldn't see just due to the angles, right? I think that's a big risk, a big issue that may happen. So be careful if you're using this feature. I would not use it if that was me in a very busy parking lot like this, like we see pedestrians and other cars around. It's impressive. It's a cool party trick, but I think it's a recipe for disaster. And the other issue is you might want to beware of where you park a Tesla. And if you come out and it's gone, maybe it's been seized as evidence. If you have other questions, leave them in the chat below after we post this video. I'm going to post the video for people who couldn't make it live. And we should be releasing a regularly scheduled video tomorrow because it's Tuesday. Every other Tuesday we post a video here normally, and hopefully we'll get it up on time. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you have a great day.